All right, good morning, everybody. Hope y'all got your big old cups of coffee, because I feel like we're all going to need them today. But hey, without further ado, we're going to run through some Vechain news, some Kyber Network stuff, a bunch of ADA news, and then some talking about scams, crypto scams. And that'll be the first half of things, and we'll get into the second half here once we're done. So, first up, VeChain. Hey, Early Metrics is saying it's one of the most valuable startups. Pretty nice. And the VeChain Foundation has actually published its new financial report, which actually goes into detail what funds the foundation has been investing in. Like, what are they doing? What are they researching? Things like that. So it's kind of nice. But yeah, so Early Metrics, which is a world renowned agency for startups and innovative SMEs, has recognized VeChain as one of its fastest growing. Makes sense to me. I've heard nothing but great stuff about VeChain. Uh, it's actually been able to advance the development of its proprietary technology despite everything going on in the world right now. In fact, using cert COVID-19 has even been a catalyst for some of the app acceptance. So if you're not aware, they introduced an app which enables the storage and management of test results of COVID-19 and rapid testing. So not only can tests be done faster, they're stored on the blockchain where everyone can see them. So it's pretty nice, and it's actually shown real-world use cases for VeChain, which honestly is probably one of the more undervalued coins. But it also partnered up with Sarah Regensburg at the end of February to track products along the supply chain, and it partnered with one of the world's largest natural gas producers, Shanghai Gas, to build its energy as a service ecosystem. So they're doing some stuff. So yeah, no, as of looks like they've invested about $725,374 into various areas. 2/3 of that were invested in research and development for the VeChain Thor blockchain, as well as the VeChain toolchain. So continued development of their own ecosystem, which is pretty good. I mean, you need to invest back into your own system to make those improvements. They also kicked around about $75K into business development programs. Compliance and legal sucked up another 50. Vultures. Anyways, and then ecosystem development was about 120,000, which not too bad. It's not too bad at all, quite honestly. The most important areas for research and development, the mainnet code entropy came out. I think it's it's right there, version 1.3. It describes the upgrade as the most important since the introduction of the mainnet, as well as the improved redesign has resulted in many improvements in performance and efficiency. Oh yeah, it significantly reduced hard disk usage by 80% and RAM by 50%. Wow, look at that. They're doing some nice stuff. And actually, if you've been paying attention, VeChain's up about 5% on the day. It's creeping in on a cent, which good for them. It's about time. I honestly think this coin should probably be a little bit higher than a penny, like 3 to 5, especially since it's actually being used in the real world, but that's just my opinion here. But that's enough about VeChain. Let's hop over and talk about Kyber Network, because it's doing some stuff. It's actually up about 30% ahead of Ethereum staking rewards launch. So, Kyber Network, KNC ticker symbol. It's the DeFi protocol is launching KNC staking with Kyber DAO, or Decentralized Autonomous Organization. It'll let stakers be rewarded with payouts in Ethereum. I think that's the key. Not only can you hold this token for like a buck something, so much cheaper than Ethereum, you can actually get Ethereum on it. The DeFi boom is not showing any signs of slowing down. We'll see if it eventually does, like a fad, or if it sticks around and becomes a feature of the cryptocurrency space. But Kyber Network is doing its upgrade, dubbed the Catalyst. I believe we talked about it a few days ago. The upgrade's scheduled for July 7th, so it'll bring a host of technical improvements, and it'll introduce the Kyber DAO, which will be awesome. This will enable KNC holders to stake their tokens and vote on governance protocols while getting Ethereum payouts in return, which is the big thing in my mind. You can own this and you can get Ethereum? What? That's awesome. So, You know, Kyber enables users to trade any Ethereum token quickly without the need for a centralized exchange. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So yeah, in 24 hours leading up to Thursday, July 2nd, the dollar value of the KNC token jumped by 29%, hitting $1.54, which was a 2-year high for it. And in fact, at one time, way back, since the turn of the year, it was 18 cents. So it's actually up 755% since January. So it's actually one of the best performing digital assets of 2020. I've not heard anyone talking about this coin, or maybe I'm just forgetting because I never paid any attention to it because it was so minor, but the use cases for Kyber, getting Ethereum, it's pretty good. This will definitely draw some people in. I see, again, good things for this coin. But let's move on to what is, I must confess, probably my favorite coin in the cryptocurrency space, Cardano. Oh, man. I said it, I think yesterday. I had a dream that Cardano hit 10 cents. Some of y'all down in the comments were like, well, maybe by mid-year, which I was like, well, I hope it is 10 cents at least by mid-year, but I'm hoping it's more. And it actually is showing signs of a new bull run according to on-chain data. It actually broke out of the strong resistance zone between 8 and 9 cents, and it rallied about 12%. I believe it's currently sitting at about 9.6 cents. Which is awesome for me and hopefully all of you. It was particularly noteworthy. This occurred independently of general market sentiment, as Bitcoin and others saw only small gains yesterday. Within 3 hours, ADA rose from 8.3 cents to 9.7. The price is short of its June 2019 high when it was about 10.7 cents. Here's the thing, Cardano dropped the fact late last night that Shelly has been implemented on the mainnet. So I think that might be part of it. Also, the Cardano summit is going on starting today in the afternoon and tomorrow, in which Charles Hoskinson, the I guess father of Cardano, maybe that's too much, but he's probably the main guy behind it, and he's guiding it through its early development phases. He's stated there's going to be a couple surprises in store, so I'm really interested to see what these surprises are. Hopefully everything is on track, and maybe he's even able to push things up from where they sat on the roadmap, which would be awesome. We could finally start staking. I'm so excited. I know my voice might not convey it, but oh my god. But yeah, today, Thursday, 16:30 UTC, Virtual Summit will start and celebrate the launch of the code. In addition to the release of Shelly, the next stages in Cardano's development, its schedules, and possibly its partnerships will be discussed. It's already been announced that Cardano's multi-asset standard will be presented, which is supposed to be much better than Ethereum's ERC20 standard. With addition, Prism will be presented, an identity solution that offers decentralized IDs and is intended to compete with Microsoft with its product. As well as that, Charles did an AMA the other night, and he alluded to the idea of a stablecoin powered by the Cardano network, which would be pretty cool as well. So yeah, Cardano Virtual Summit, Shelly Edition, bam, 2020. Input Output Hong Kong, which is the parent company behind it, will be hosting it, as well as the Cardano Foundation and Emergo. They're going to have a lot of speakers. Oh man, Minton Cerf, Caitlin Long, Stephen Wolfram, Charles Hoskinson, Agleos Kiais. Oh man, he's the chief scientist at IOHK, so he probably knows what's going on. And John O'Connor, Director of African Operations. For those of you who've been living under a rock, Cardano has partnered with a lot of different countries in Africa, and as I've stated before on this channel, I feel like Africa is going to be the growth space of this century. But that is awesome. So that was Vechain, Kyber, Cardano. Oh man, let's hop over here and talk about some Bitcoin scams. First up, coming from Binance Security, they published a report illustrating how they are targeting users in an attempt to gain credibility. It is pretty crazy. So guys, these scam organizations, they often use different and seemingly unrelated brands, so it could seem like dozens of different scams might actually be just the different branches of one. Like there's literal like companies that just scam, criminal companies to scam you. Some fraudulent entities create fake false consumer organizations that squeeze victims for even more money after they become suspicious of a scam and try to report it. They will fabricate regulators and government agencies, such as corporate registers, to earn the trust of investors. Binance Sentry also notes that the global nature of these scams make legal action against them harder. They're situated, all over the world, living in different jurisdictions, and which are different from these quote-unquote services to which they fall victim. As one may expect, this not only results in an increased level of difficulty for law enforcement, but also complicates the process of establishing connections. So, yeah, they published this article on the 30th, and they talk about all these things. These frauds, they also can, not just crypto, but they'll do Forex, binary options, and contracts for difference. So, yeah, they're big. They're not going away. In fact, they're only going to get worse as our space gets larger. But yeah. So I want to talk about this with Binance and then hop over here. So there's a sophisticated Bitcoin scam that exposes data of 250,000 people worldwide. Yeah. So they uncovered this scam. It uses the personal information to con investors like us out of crypto. It uses fake celebrity endorsements to tout investment websites. And they've had the personal data of nearly 250,000 people exposed through it, which is insane. So basically how it works, you get a text message promising the chance to make a fortune through a celebrity-endorsed investment scheme. There's a URL in the message with the victim's name or phone number. It will redirect you to a website that masquerades as a local news outlet, which will differ based on where you are in the world. Consistent across all, however, is the use of fake celebrity interviews, which are fabricated to tout varying crypto investment platforms, which is insane. Clicking on any link within the article redirects to various things like in places like Bitcoin, Crypto Cash, Bitcoin Rejoin, Bitcoin Supreme, and once redirected, they're met with a registration form that's been pre-filled with your details. Okay. So in the last stage, users are asked to activate their account, which requires them to pay around 0.03 Bitcoin. So as for how these orchestrators are getting the personal data, researchers submit it was either scalped from another fraudulent scheme or bought on the darknet. So yeah, two really big, crazy articles coming out at almost the same time with pretty different details about these scams. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Never click on any link you get in a text message. Never respond to any email. If you get an email from Binance telling you need to log in right now because there's an account problem, go to Binance.com and log in. Don't click on any links. Don't do anything. These scams are very sophisticated, and like they said, you might get scammed, and at the bottom of the website or the email that got scammed you, there's a reporting number for a corporate place you can lodge complaints with, and you call that, and it's also a fraud thing that's going to try to take even more of your money. So you can never be too careful in the crypto space or just in the financial space in general. There's so much money to be made off of these scams that they just keep growing. $1,000 to us is awful. $276 to us can be awful, but that could be life-changing money to a scammer in Eastern Europe or some other smaller third world country. But yeah, I digress. All right, hopping over, we'll jump into some Ethereum stuff, talk about the Lebanese Lira, Samsung, Chainlink, and a little bit more there at the end. So there's this proposal called EIP-1559 that this Ari Paul guy is saying is going to be a make it or break it moment for Ethereum. And we'll see. But you guys probably want to know what this EIP 1559 is. So It's a proposal that contemplates a change in how the fees work on Ethereum blockchain. The current model is what's called first price auction. It's just like Bitcoin's. You pay a fee that encourages miners to validate a transaction. The higher the fee, the faster it gets validated. Gas, what fun. EIP 1559 would change that model to implement a base rate to be charged by the protocol. According to the proposal, each completed transaction, the fees will be split. Part of the fee goes to the miner who did it as a tip, and the other part will be burned. So by removing the incentives to manipulate the fees, they're saying the model would be more predictable. However, if we do switch over to proof of stake here soon, that kind of is irrelevant in my opinion. But the idea is that with this EIP 1559 is that ETH is a solid currency with an anti-inflammatory policy. It would actually reducing supply as a function of it because it would be burning part of the transaction as opposed to letting miners keep all of it. That narrative will be necessary for the next order of magnitude growth, having a deflationary thing. There's a lot of talk about that in this day and age because governments are making their money printers go brr, particularly the United States, to keep up with all the issues that are being caused by the pandemic. So, Ethereum's co-creator Vitalik responded to Paul and disagreed that it would be a potential failure point. He said that compared to the change of proof of stake, ETH is irrelevant in terms of disinflation. This is because with proof of stake, there'd be no mining at all, so there wouldn't be any new Ethereum being created that way, just through people would earn their living on Ethereum by validating transactions on the blockchain. So, yeah, Vitalik's like, okay, kid, don't care, don't like it. However, Masari researcher Ryan Watkins commented that the development of Ethereum is progressing positively in technical and economic terms. He actually disagrees with Paul and said the future of Ethereum will be determined by... he agrees with Paul. Dear Lord, I need my big old cup of coffee. Where are you? The future of Ethereum will be determined by EIP 1559 and the update to Ethereum 2.0. So he's saying, actually, you're both right. Both these things will contribute. But it doesn't look like he thinks that it's going to be a make or break moment. All right, I wanted to hop over here and talk about the Lebanese Lira, mostly because it is collapsed. It is now worth 1 Satoshi. I'll let y'all have that sink in. There's a country on this planet whose currency is valued at 1 Satoshi. Dear Lord. It's been on a downward trend. It's got one of the country's worst modern economic crisis. They're talking famine, and as a shortage of foreign currency hits food imports. Whew, that is awful. Today it was trading 1 lira was equal to $9,600. It's now worth 1 Satoshi. Oh, man. Tweeted by the guy who wrote the Bitcoin Standard, Saifuddin Ammous. I'm hoping I pronounced that right, but I'm sure I'm not. At the time of writing, 1 Satoshi is worth 1/100th of a cent. Dear Lord. Oh, no, I'm not even right. That's 1/10,000th, 1/10,000th of a cent. My math is not good. It's a point, 3 zeros, and then a 1. It's bad. It's bad. Just dear Lord. Dear Lord. Now they have, fears of famine. Things are going on. I feel for these people. And this is the type of thing where Bitcoin would really, really help. Because it might not be the most stable thing out there, but it's better than that. And it's decentralized across the world, so even though there are huge problems going on in that country in particular, the overall ecosystem is strong. And as a result, we wouldn't have this issue. So, this article, while sad and depressing, gives you a kind of side argument for why Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies really need to start spreading and being adopted. to supplant the interesting monetary policies of the current regimes. Alrighty, so let's hop over and talk about Samsung. Apparently they're going to be launching an app that will report lost or stolen crypto. Not bad. There's also a little bit more to this article, some other things. So Samsung and the Korean software firm Upsala are set to launch this crypto losses tracking system for the blockchain wallet Samsung has. It's going to feature on their flagship Galaxy smartphones. And the system can track suspected crypto hacks and fraud, and it could help report cases of misplaced crypto. Samsung users would also be able to hand over details of suspected fraud to police or courts if they wish to track down and punish the criminals who have stolen their funds. Cool. That's not bad. That's really not bad. Nice little summary there. Nice little feel-good thing, like, hey, this company is actually putting forth some real good stuff. Not too bad. Just wanted to touch on that. I felt it was nice. This article's got a lot more and different things in it. I'm not going to go into them just for the sake of time. I know I've already been talking for a little bit. Let's hop over and talk about Chainlink. So Chainlink's actually expected to spend $25 million more on development than Ethereum. Cool. Chainlink's been having some interesting stuff come out. It's decoupling from Bitcoin. It's hit new all-time highs. And now this just kind of adds to my continued curiosity into this coin. It's actually been expanding pretty aggressively. Chainlink is spending 1 million links a month rewarding node operators, which actually outspends Ethereum by a wide margin. That 500,000 Chainlink are sent to node operators twice a month, which is really, really insane to me. At current prices, that support constitute almost $5 million a month, or close to $60 million annually. The Ethereum Foundation is expected to spend about $30 million this year, so about half. Meanwhile, ETH's market capitalization is roughly 15 times that of Chainlink. So aggressive spending for Chainlink allowed the company to achieve key milestones, such as an integration with China's blockchain service network and Tezos, and the introduction of verifiable on-chain randomness. This has allowed Link to trade close to its all-time high, as I alluded to there. Its ICO raised $32 million back in September of 2017, so it's coming up on its 3-year anniversary on this earth, which is pretty cool. The total supply is 1 billion tokens. 35% were distributed during the sale. Another 30% were reserved for the company to continue development, and the remaining 35% for the incentivization of node operators. So basically, the node operator wallet containing the 350 million link remains intact. The outflows are coming from a wallet that originally contained 50 million. It has over 31 million left. And there's another smaller wallet, also started with 50 million, that has had regular outflows. There's about 37 million in that. Both wallets are considered to be team wallets. The latter wallet has a regulated outflow of 700,000 link through 2019. Wow. So they're not even cracking into the node incentivizer operations. That's pretty interesting. I don't know what that's going to mean long term, because eventually they're going to have to start, if 35% or whatever was reserved for that, they're eventually going to have to start digging into it. What that'll do for Chainlink in the short term is probably flood the market and drop the price, but it will also make the node operators happy as long as the price drop still brings them up in terms of money in their wallets. And Chainlink is a very engaged community. I don't know if you all know this, but there's certain websites you can go to, and it's literally just like there's 15, 20 different little article chats talking about Chainlink and all the different things, and is it going to go to all-time high, is it going to die, and all this stuff. So people are very engaged, and the more users are accumulating it, it's showing a very healthy ecosystem. It really is. I'm very interested to see where this project goes, and if you're not watching it, I would. Now, let's jump over to the last thing. Just a fun little adoption story to round things out for you guys. The UK regulator has seen a significant increase, saying about 2.6 million residents in the United Kingdom have bought crypto. Cool. Woo. So the Financial Conduct Authority, who regulates the financial services industry in the United Kingdom, published this report. And they estimate 3.86 of the general population currently own. It's about 1.9 million adults over 18. So there we go. So, but the study estimates that 5.35% of the general population hold or held cryptocurrency. So they're saying, yeah, we might only have like 2 million who do it right now, but over 2.6 have used it at some point, which is pretty cool. The percentage of those being aware from cryptocurrencies, they can't give you an exact number, saying it's about 42 to 73% of adults, but that 75% of consumers who own cryptocurrencies hold under £1,000 or $1,250 US. So, hey, cool, we got some good news. More people are hearing about it, more people are using it, and more people are buying up them smaller amounts. And I hope all those $1,000 amounts 100 times over the next 5 years for them. So that way we can all live life to the fullest, which is really cool. They even go into more detail in the article. 12% used only UK exchanges, 83% used non-UK exchanges. Coinbase got 63%, showcasing that even though we might not like it, it's still the dominant force. Binance got 15%, Kraken 10%, Bittrex 8%, and Bitfinex 7%. Not too bad. They actually said the research took place December 13th through 21st of last year. So in addition, 493 current or previous crypto owners were shown a longer survey. So they asked a few more detailed questions if you indicated that you use crypto. Cool. Alrighty, well, hey, that actually kind of wraps things up today. I'm going to poke over into CoinMarketCap and take a peek. Got Bitcoin up by 0.5%, sitting at $9,254, 55-ish dollars. Ethereum kicking around number 2. Tether just sitting there like a bump on the log. Cardano, last time I looked at it, this bad boy was like number 10 or number 9, and it's flipped Binance Coin up to be number 8. And it's currently trading 9.4% up on the day for 9.6188 cents. Awesome. We're going to see what happens with Cardano today and tomorrow. Expect me to be talking about it quite a bit this week. It is trending as all heck right now. But hey, that'll do it for me today. Thanks again for listening. If you're still here and this is on YouTube, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. Thank you to all those who already do and have. I'm flabbergasted by the growth I've seen on this platform. And then I've also started uploading these in podcast forms on anchor.fm. So if you want to check me out over there, you are more than welcome to as well. I'll be talking to y'all very soon. Have an awesome day. Bye.